Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again.
We are here
The very first
in
time.
Studio West. Again, we've been running it back here for a while.
And we still have to think about it every time.
Yeah, every
So
time.
I'm like, is this east or west?
Yeah, anyway, we are today going to be discussing. Cern and I are both fathers.
We are.
And
Of young children.
young toddlers. Your son's not a toddler anymore. He's like
Six is not a toddler anymore. I don't think it's a kid. I don't know.
He's just a kid. He's a tyke.
Child.
He's a tyke. Little tyke. And my daughter is pretty much 3.
There you
And
go.
the talking is escalating,
Okay.
which is fine. It's a lot of fun. But the other day we were in Whole Foods
Fancy?
and I live high on the hog, Cerny.
All this advertising.
Yeah.
Just pays
It's,
for your Whole Foods.
Obviously you're not we're cooking the books here. So
I thought we were in the red.
oh, actually, we sold one hat, so we're good. We're good. All the free stickers we give away, really,
Paying dividends.
yeah. We should write it off as a loss on our taxes. Can we file it jointly?
Chip and Cern Show Enterprises.
Yeah, enterprises. Wait, so you guys just spent $2,000 a
Yeah.
year, and you have nothing to show for it? No. We have over 150 episodes on iTunes. You don't understand.
Had some free stickers.
IRS.
We slung some
Yeah.
stickers.
We got a lot of free stickers. So we're in Whole Foods in line, and my daughter's there, and she goes, Daddy, a witch. Because we've been watching, we're watching more normal, it's not
Yeah.
like Sesame Street all the time.
Yeah.
Daddy, a witch. And mind you, kids have no
No filter.
concept of like, hey, this person's standing literally 2 feet in front of us. They probably can hear me.
My dad always told me, if you really want to know where you are, stand or what,
Near
just ask a child. They will tell you exactly what
Oh, what do you think of me?
they see. They'll call it right out the gate because they don't understand, feelings or, So, makes sense.
So the witch was just a lady that had gray hair,
Oh,
like long gray hair.
it's kind of stringy.
Yeah, it looked, I think gray hair means it's not that it's dead, but
It's just,
there's no
color.
Yeah, there's no color in it.
It's gray.
It's gray. I'm getting I've noticed a stressful job. I'm getting grays. And I was like, ooh. And this is the first time I've been sprung any of these scenarios, which I know you have a couple yourself.
Oh, man.
But how would you navigate these waters, Cerny?
Did she hear it?
She didn't turn around or didn't acknowledge it, and I
Okay.
just said, no, that's not a witch.
No. So,
I try to think if like, oh shit, should I move lines or anything? Because it was kind of scary. Like, Daddy, a witch.
oh, man. Usually, so for me, there was one time we were getting something. It's actually at Walmart because it was right there.
Yeah.
And the cashier didn't have any front teeth. So she was talking.
Like,
no,
like a gap.
No, they were.
Oh, no teeth at
non-existent.
all.
Yeah, non-existent front teeth.
Huh.
She started talking and she smiled, and then Jeffrey goes, "Da, and I knew exactly where we're going. I said, "Hey, that." I was trying to cut him off. Da. He's like pointing. I was like, that. He's like, no, listen, nope. So we're trying to do this whole no, and we get and it's she has no teeth. Why does she have no? And it's like. And then I just kind of like, oh, yeah, sure. You just keep on going, you know, like, oh, and then you get outside and he's like, why? And I said, because she doesn't brush her teeth.
Yeah.
You know.
See what happens when you don't floss 3 times a day, son?
There's been a few, I think I told it on the poop episode
Yes.
where
We could relive it. That one of our more popular episodes, that's for sure.
Where he had to go poop. He announced in the middle of the store, I have to poop.
How old? He was probably 3 or 4.
3, yeah.
Okay.
So we went to the bathroom, and he goes poop.
Okay.
And somebody else is sitting next to us, and he says, "Oh, it stinks." And I was like, "Well, we're in a bathroom, pal. What
Yeah.
do you expect?" He goes, "Hold on, there's feet," and he looks underneath the stall
Oh
and
my
says, "Are
God.
you pooping?" And I was like,
Just
no.
cranes his head up.
"Yeah, right underneath the
Yeah.
stall. Are you pooping? You're pooping. Why are you pooping?" I was like, "Jeffrey, get it."
Wait, you just pooped.
Yeah,
Why can't they poop? Yeah.
get. And he's like, "It stinks." And I was like, "Get over here," kind of thing. And it's like, so then we kind of sat in the stall and waited for him to clear out.
Oh,
and then-
that's smart.
I was like, "Sit here, pal."
Like, hey, buddy, you out of here? Oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I'm
The
too
guy didn't-
embarrassed to show my face.
Yeah, I
so,
know. The guy never replied. Sometimes I just take it as, if they say something. Most of the time, people are kind of like, it's a
It's
kid.
cute.
Fuck,
Yeah, it's a kid thing,
When
you
they're
know.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5 is right around. It's like, oh, okay.
It's not a 13-year-old
Yeah.
or,
Where's your teeth?
Yeah.
that kind of shit. No, it's just usually it's like, but sometimes he said some shit where you're like, it's just one of those like, oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm definitely foreseeing that this is going to be happening more and more as the weeks and the months go on.
Especially when they can't. So
Is it when they learn more things? Like, once they start school, then they start learning about, not necessarily.
right around 5, like 6,
Okay.
Jeffrey is starting to understand that, hey, if you call this person fat, they may feel, they may hurt their feelings. So
Okay.
maybe keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
They kind of start understanding that. But when they're 3, 4, even
Like,
early 5, then
you got a
it's
big.
game on.
Your tummy's really big.
Jeffrey said to,
Okay.
to my, it's like, oh, you got a big belly, and
Yeah.
he didn't care.
Yeah.
But they say stuff. It's just because as they see it, they
Right.
call it spade
They
a
call
spade.
it- yeah,
they
they
call it. They see it.
Call it. Play it as it is.
So there's been now the weird thing is when they're trying to tell you something, but they can't pronounce the word right. So
Oh.
the one there was one where ST he pronounced as a D. So he was
Okay.
trying to say cheese sticks. He wanted cheese sticks, but he saw them cheese dicks, and I was
Mhm.
like, and I can't stop laughing.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's
I was
funny.
like, cheese dicks or who's a cheese dick?
Right.
And he's like, no,
Joe?
those
Joe's
those
here?
cheese dicks. I want those cheese dicks, and I was like,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
We do that because, I'm sure you remember, but I feel like I come home from work and she's learned like 3 or 4 new words every day.
Yeah.
And it's actually from a parenting perspective, it's so nice because you feel you can communicate with them.
Yeah, the more you communicate,
And
it's better.
sometimes, something goes wrong. And I'm like, okay, like use your words, that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yes.
And she actually can say something, but sometimes it's the decipher.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like this. And I'm like, no. She's like, no. Blah, blah, blah.
And they get
you're
really
like,
mad. They start getting frustrated because or if you don't respond because you're trying to process.
yeah. And I'm
They're
like,
getting
what is
pissed.
she? And, my brain, you just feel your brain like, tick, 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 like, what are they trying to say? What are they trying to say?
What could this pair with?
And then I'll say, oh, you want milk? Uh-huh. I'm like, okay, good. Now I know this
Yeah.
elk word means milk or something.
Jeffrey used to try to say table, but he'd say two-tube, which I'm
Yeah.
like, two-tube. The first time I was like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, how did you come up with that
What
one?
is two-tube? And I was like sitting there like, two-tube. And I'm like,
Well, a couple times we go, show us this. And then she'll go, I'm like, oh, okay. So we're getting there. But we're in a full immersion new language program.
yeah.
As
new language,
as
hot
toddler
language.
parents.
Now it's, I don't know if Charlie's there yet, but when they start repeating the swear words,
No swears yet, but I've noticed we've gone to the park or something, and a kid will say, I'm going to go down the slide. And Charlie, like a parrot, I'm going to go down the slide, says whatever.
yeah.
The kid could say whatever, and she would repeat exactly what he said or what
Yeah.
they said.
So that's where I got in trouble a few times where it's like,
Yeah.
there's a big pile of shoes in front of the door, and I'm like,
Right.
why? I'm sitting there because usually I just lament out into the ether. Why? I said, why? Why is there so many? I said, I said, why is there so many fucking shoes? And I kicked them. I was like, I was like, there's fucking shoes all over the place. Why? Who has as many fucking feet? So I was like,
the spiders live here.
So then Jeffrey was outside. I didn't know, and he came around the corner. He was like, Dada, what fucking shoes? And I was like,
I
was like, why
and
could
then
you?
Of course, your wife probably
she
perked up.
just looked at me,
Yeah.
did the slow, like in the movies where they do the slow turn and look
Yeah.
like you're dead, motherfucker. And I was like, oh, why couldn't you? Oh.
Now, do you feel the cursing thing is harder with? Now, your son's 6, but you have 12. You have preteens pretty much, and then an actual teenager, nearly an adult.
Yeah.
Is the cursing harder for them? Like, because you probably say, "Hey, you can't curse to them," but you're doing it, and do they go, "Hey, you're doing it," or do they understand? Oh, this is adult.
I think they even Jeffrey understands.
Yeah.
Those are Dada's words. You
Okay.
can't use those words,
Yeah.
kind of thing, because he's pretty good. I mean, again, we had some learning curve
Yeah.
where he would say, he's, God damn it,
Yeah.
like, oh, come on. Sometimes it'd be just him and I. He'd be like, God damn it, and I'm like, okay, Jeffrey, let's not say that, especially if Mom's
Right,
around,
right.
because that means Dada's getting in trouble.
I'm actually surprised she hasn't said anything because my wife and I are still pretty freewheeling with the curses.
I think if they
Until
grow
she
up
says
with it,
something.
and then you just say, hey, you usually with Jeffrey say, hey, and now it's a normal thing where I'll be like, watching the Rams dominate,
Yeah.
and but if something goes on,
Hashtag
like,
Ramley.
Ramley, harms that.
Horns up.
But I'll be like, oh, come on, what the fuck, And
Yeah.
they'd be like, Dad, that's a bad word. I was like, I can say what I want, my own
Yeah.
domain.
Guess what? When you write the check for the mortgage, you could say whatever the fuck you want. Well, that's sort of, I would probably call my wife and I more progressive on the parenting side. And sort of our stance is like, I actually don't care if my daughter cusses she could be 9 and motherfucking everything, but just as long as you understand and follow the rule of like, there's certain times when you don't say these
Yeah.
words, and school's one of them for the time being.
So
And
you,
then,
I think usually
I don't
it's
know when
locked up.
she would understand that though.
So usually it's like with the older ones, it's like,
Yeah.
I know you swear. Like, no, I'm like,
Okay.
don't lie to me, because I was
Right.
pretty fluent in French
Yeah.
back in the day, and currently.
Oh, really? Did you study abroad in Paris?
So then my wife will just say, I don't want to hear you say it. So you can say it
Oh.
out on whatever. I don't want to hear you say it, and I want to get a call that you said it, and that's it.
Yeah, the call thing. I wouldn't. That would be my only rule.
There's been a
It's like when we were growing up, like we cursed all the time, obviously, and then it's like, oh, if you're at your grandma's house, you don't say fuck.
no. Yeah, so I say you, and
Yeah,
you don't make any kind of joke.
but
like
cunt.
that.
Grandma had no problem with cunt for some reason.
Your grandma?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, so he's sitting there like, no,
No,
I know.
this.
I've met your grandma. There's
I
no
know,
way.
There's no way. She's still alive. I can't believe it.
There was one. Now this isn't. There was. So I came home
Yeah.
and Jeffrey was watching Nickelodeon, because we usually
Okay.
have Nickelodeon on.
Yeah.
And he was in there watching, and it was like Teen Titans or something like that,
Okay.
whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. And then I was in the other room talking to my wife, and he came in there. He's like, Dad, I was watching this cartoon. And you know what he said? I was like, what? He said, he said Taco Bender. And I was like, I just sat there. I was like, what?
Taco Bender.
And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he called this guy a taco bender. And I was like, what? And I looked at my wife. I was like, what the fuck do they have on? And I was like, I ran into
Yeah.
the other room. I was like, what? And I looked, and he was switched to channel, and he was watching South Park. He had moved all the way down to Comedy Central.
Oh
and I was
my.
like, Jeffrey, you can't. Jesus. I said, you can't watch this. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's a cartoon. I was like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was like, who the hell plays South Park in the middle of the afternoon, first
Right.
off? But I was just like sitting there like floored, and I was like, I said, if he repeats that at school, I'm screwed. She's like, what? I was like, they'll never believe that I didn't say this. So the
Right.
guys told, I
Taco.
speak like,
What is that?
it's like a derogatory for Mexicans.
Oh, a taco bender?
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa. I was like,
Oh,
what?
especially if you use it in like
Yeah, and I was like-
weird context or something.
I was like,
Yeah.
how do we win out of that one? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, they call us in, and I look like a jackass. And then I say, no,
Not
no.
a jackass, but like a
Yeah,
total
a
racist.
And I said,
Yeah.
no. He learned it from South Park, which is
Right.
You know
So
what?
you let your 6-year-old son watch South Park?
Oh man, I was like, oh. When he said it, I was like sitting like, I just didn't know what to say. I was like, God, I was like, fuck, you heard that wrong, because I was just in there. He was watching fucking Teen Titans,
Right,
so
yeah.
or something. I was like, there's no way. I was like, what the hell do they have on Nickelodeon? I was like running in there. I was like,
New
This is-
programming.
I was like, oh Jesus. I said, there's no way. I said, Jeffrey, and I sat him down. I was like, we never say that.
Yeah.
Never. That's one of those. That's scary too, and that's when they start seeing stuff, and they'll.
Yeah. That's the thing. So
And I think it was one of those. He was trying to, because he couldn't hear it, so he was trying to turn it up, and he was starting to change the channels,
Oh.
and he just kept going, and it was
Okay,
just one
yeah.
of those like.
And he's like, oh, here's a cartoon, and they do funny stuff on there. It's a good show.
Yeah,
so-
but I was just like, oh my god, it's like, but like, it's like, what the fuck?
So repeating things. Now back to the witch situation. I think I try to diffuse it right away and then use that as like a learning moment.
Yeah, usually.
And then I've heard, I don't know, and you have more experience than I do. It's kind of like a dog, right? That if you don't correct it or you don't address it right in that situation, they don't really have the,
yeah, they're not
you know,
gonna
like, oh,
relate
if we
it.
got to the car, I'm like, hey, remember that lady that you saw that had gray
Yeah, no.
hair? And they're like, she's probably like, what are you talking about? You know,
So
she don't
you
doesn't
usually
remember probably.
he's done some other stuff, and I'm like, no. And he'll stand there like, look at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And he'll like, kind of freeze,
Uh-huh.
and then I usually like lean in for a little huddle.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to say that right now because
That
that could
could
hurt
be-
her feelings, or kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, when they're 3, it's like make them sad. That could make them sad. Do you want
Yeah.
to make them sad? Do you want to make them cry? No, then we won't say that. Okay.
That's good. Okay. Man, I got to.
Usually try to guilt.
There's
them,
a lot more responsibility coming up
And-
for Chip.
Usually, yeah. It's just. I mean, some of it when he calls it from across the room, I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
classic.
Do they understand the sort of time and a place thing, or when does that kind of come about?
Right around 5 or 6. Like,
Okay.
it starts to like as they get to school and they start
Okay.
interacting with kids.
Yeah.
That kind of like when they're on, preschool, but then we start interacting with kids, then they kind of start to learn that I didn't like when so and so said. I'm like, but you said what?
Oh, right. So we had we were going for a walk just around the other day, and we stop at this guy's house because he has a Tesla Model 3 that he just pulled into his driveway. Like, he just came from work.
Oh,
And I have an electric car, so I'm like, I'm going to chat this fool up, see what kind, if he has a charger at home, because I want to get that installed here. I want to see what electrician he used, because I don't want to spend whatever money.
SEC's on his ass
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Elon.
he's settled.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fucking crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so, Zoe, our dog, is hyphy.
Yeah.
So she came up, and the guy started going down to pet her, and Ari was there, and Charlie goes, "No, don't touch my dogs." I'm like, "Whoa, hold on, like." You want to pet any dog that comes within a block of our house.
That's mine.
You want to
yeah.
go pet him.
Yeah.
But this guy can't pet your dogs? My dogs. I'm like, okay. So this is the new thing that
Yeah.
we're working on.
Jeffrey did that. We were in a store and he had a Batman shirt. The guy's
Yeah.
like, hey, that's a cool Batman shirt. Jerry looked at him. He said, can I have it? He says, that won't fit you. And I was like,
Damn. It's a good burn though.
and I sat there and I was like, well, he's right.
yeah.
I was like, Jeffrey, he's joking. Yeah, but it won't fit him. I was like, true. I'll give you that.
Noted.
I was like, well, I don't know what to do here. So
Yeah,
moving on.
Yeah. Just say thank you. Wait, the kid asked for a shirt?
Well, some guy thought he was funny. I was like, oh, that's a nice shirt. Can I have it? Kind of like,
Oh,
there's
an
some
adult.
there's some old guys like, that won't fit you.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, Jeffrey, he's joking. Yeah, I know, but it won't fit him. I was like, true. Yes. Okay, well,
All right.
thank you.
Nice talking to you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Well, I'm sure many parents have this similar stories.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
I'm sure your wife could remember 20 that you forgot.
Oh, I'm sure she was with she's with him where.
Oh yeah.
And even so, where he
who do you think handles it better, you or her? The situations. I could
publicly, because usually I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
I could see her
start
getting
laughing.
really
Like she gets kind of like she just gets quiet. Like she won't acknowledge it. She'll just stand there. Like I'll start laughing.
Yeah.
Like there was one where it smelled really bad. And I was like, Jeffrey, did you fart? And he's like, lots of times. And I was like, all right. I start laughing, and she's like, oh, she's kind of like she like slowly floats
Just
away.
like, oh, I'm abandoning this family now. I could see. Yeah, I think. I would say I could probably see you handling it a little bit better, just because I know how she. I think she would probably go like, "We don't do that." Like,
or
try to jump on it real quick.
I think she's done the mouth cover, like just stop, and it's like, for me, it's like, oh fuck. Well, he said it. I mean, and then if someone. I haven't had it happen.
It hasn't like negatively
blown
up.
But if someone took some like umbrage with it, like what the I'm like, it's a 3-year-old. Shut the fuck. And then I'd have got it's a 3-year-old. If you never 3, turn around.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't, but no one's usually if it's happened, people kind of laugh like, oh, fuck it.
Right. It's kind of a. What I mean, kids say the darnedest things.
Yeah.
Like,
even when I've done something, kids like look at me like it's like you're scary, like fuck it. I'm not I'm sorry, like nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's not like my feelings are hurt, pal.
I think I'm kind of I'll be laying on the bed and Charlie will they'll pat your stomach or they'll like play with you and you're like, oh, like, hey, Dad really he has a lot of confidence issues, so when you pat on his belly it really hurts him deeply. It's like they don't understand all the dynamics of all that
He'll
stuff.
poke at my chest and be like
squishy or something.
Like, Dad, you got boobies. I was like, I know.
Oh, okay.
It's called a dad bod, son.
Yeah. Mom doesn't have a problem with it. Yeah. So that's all that kind of stuff.
I think he's going to my wife and like poked her belly. He's like, when's the Mom, are you gonna have a baby? And I was like, oh. Damn it.
Yeah. I want another brother.
First off, Jerry, no,
Okay.
that's not happening. But come on, just save the insults for me. It's fine.
Yeah, Dad. Well, we'll wear the brunt of it. Well, if you're listening and you have a kids say the darndest things story, shoot her away. Text. Wait. Yeah, I guess you could fucking text us.
Well, our fans most of our fans have our phone number.
This is why I don't handle this sort of stuff. This is where I kick it to Cerny.
Yeah, you can reach out to us. You can tweet it to us. You can DM us. You can also reach us on Facebook, even Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
DM on Instagram. Anything Chip and Cern Show. If you want to reach out to us, or if you don't want it public, you just want to let us know.
Like an anonymous thing.
Anonymous. chipandcernshow@gmail.com. Let us know, and we will.
And if you don't want to,
just say, hey,
don't say my name or whatever.
I just want to participate with you. We're
cool.
perfectly okay. We will not.
Cool with that.
We hold up our end of the bargain.
We're like a vault.
Anything Chip and Cern Show.
We're a vault that both Chip and Cern can access because
Yes.
we share the email password.
We do.
It's like, new sign-in from a new Samsung device.
I got a new phone.
I got a new phone too, so it's like I noticed all of them coming along.
So then, what'd you get?
This is the iPhone X
S.
Sweet. But I had the bigger one. And yeah, I do. It's just a little, and it has the Face ID and stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't set up mine yet on the Face ID, but
it's so convenient. And like all your passwords, if you're on a site and it's like Phil and you just hit it and it just looks, and it does it. It's like amazing.
I had that set with my with mine.
Oh,
which
the
is
print
like autofill thing. Oh,
yeah.
Just.
So how do you log in?
Is
it just your thumbprint?
Oh, I just open it up.
Oh, you don't have any.
No. Okay. I mean, someone's hacking my
There's
shit.
nothing.
Fuck it. Whatever.
The Russians are dialed into it probably already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hopefully they, if they want to rig something, just slide in Chip and Cern Show into the. Get us some popularity.
Into the ether. And then while you're at it, take out some student loans.
Oh,
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
buy some merch from chipandcernshow.com/shop.
Very good, Cerny. We'll give you some stickers for doing that.
There you go.
Well, Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Stern.
Cheers.